Welcome back, everyone. My name is Ember, and today we are continuing our One Piece journey with volume 45. So this covers this is one chapter short of covering all of Post Enies Lobby. Post Enies Lobby. So starts with them finally returning to Water 7, all the way up to the start of Ace's fight with Blackbeard. Lot of fucking stuff to cover in this volume. This was just like 7 different plot twists and just a ton of exposition dumping. Not in a bad way though. It's just this volume was a lot. So, of course, as a result of Enies Lobby, the bounties on the Straw Hats have finally gone up. All of them have a bounty now. And of course now Luffy's bounty is all the way up to 300 million berries, which is it finally matches my shirt. So, that's nice. But yep, everyone's a big boy badass pirate now. That's fun. Speaking of that, I like towards the end of this volume they have like all the where are they now stuff with all the different villages that the Straw Hats came from and such. I in particular I liked the one with Nami and with Pinwheel Dude. That one was kind of funny about how he's like pissed off at the picture that they took for Nami. But jumping back anyway. So much like every other shonen protagonist, Luffy's family is just fucked. Just fucked. Bad dads and bad granddads. So, as it turns out, Luffy's grandpa is Monkey D. Garp, who is a vice admiral in the Navy, and Luffy's dad is Monkey D. Dragon, who is the leader of a revolutionary army. Shonen Jump. Bad dads. You can't escape them. Actually, now that I think about it, of the big three, One Piece is the only one with the bad dad. It's mostly other Shonen Jump stuff. But anyway, yeah, this family, the monkey family, is a bunch of fucking weirdos. Still trying to figure out what the D means specifically, because all 3 of them have the D, and then Gold Roger has the D, but also, Jaguar Saul, I can't remember what the order of the name was, but Saul from Robin's flashback had the D as well. So, very interested in seeing what this D thing is about. Hopefully, we will eventually get an answer to that. But, so Luffy's dad was the guy who showed up at Roguetown, or Logtown, all the way back in volume 11. So that was 36 volumes ago. So that was over a month ago. That was 5 weeks ago. Jesus. This long story, but it's so fun. So yeah, I really like this was just a big lore building volume. I really enjoyed that. Speaking of lore, we finally got the introduction of the 4 emperors in this world of One Piece. I believe the Japanese name is the Yonko, I believe. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure that's right. So it's Whitebeard, Shanks, and then 2 other people. I know from the picture, one of the third one is like, I think her name's Big Mom or whatever, but we're not going to get to her until Whole Cake. Which is way down the line. And then the 4th one, I don't know exactly who it is. Kind of looked like Doflamingo, but I don't think it... Well, it can't be Doflamingo because he works for the government. But anyway, so tons of lore in this volume. We're starting to see this world expand even further. We're getting this drama with Blackbeard about how he, betrayed Whitebeard's crew and stormed off with a devil fruit and killed one of the members. So Shanks and Whitebeard are having it out over that. And Ace is fighting Blackbeard. Blackbeard wants to kill Luffy. There's just so much. There's so much I need to fight you energy going around with these giant pirate icons of this era, and it's just. I know they're all eventually going to converge in a single spot. That's in the. I don't know the exact name. I think that's Marineford. I think that's what that arc is for. I'm not sure. It's somewhere around that area of the series. That's all I know. That's all I know about that arc. And one other thing. But yeah, just it's all. These are very beefy chapters too in terms of dialogue and like exposition. Normally it takes me with the average Shonen Jump manga usually takes me about an hour, maybe a little less to read a whole volume. But this one probably took me around, God, probably closer to like an hour 15, hour 20. It's a beefy boy, just a lot of dialogue, and it's not boring dialogue either. Like, it is a bit of a pain that it takes so long that I can't just blaze through these chapters, but I'm having fun. I'm having fun soaking in all this information, all this cool stuff. I think that's about all on the lore building end. But getting back to Water 7, this is when Frankie finally joins the crew after basically getting run out of town by his family because they know he wants to be on the sea so much with this new ship that he built. Oh yeah, the new ship. Let me find a good picture of it. Where are you? I just want to find a good picture. Nope, that's Frankie's ass. But yeah, this Brent, there we go. Yep, the Thousand Sunny, which is a really cool name for a ship, actually. So yeah, built out of like wood from a legendary tree far off in the Grand Line somewhere, with wood that he bought on the black market, which is again another cool idea. Really like the design of it. It's just as iconic as the Merry-Go, in my opinion. Very excited to see more adventures with this ship. And Frankie's finally part of the crew, so that's fun. And we got Usopp's return. Of course, the lead up to Usopp's return was just Usopp being Usopp, as expected. But then we finally got the moment where he like sees them sailing off into the nothings, and he finally breaks down and apologizes finally for being a dickhead, to which Luffy immediately is like, yeah, okay. This also fucking loved this moment where Luffy stretches like hundreds of yards across the sea just to grab Usopp, so that was a cool moment. Just a cool use of his powers. It's the little tiny things that I'm really enjoying so far in this particular volume. Well, in everything. But, so yeah. Nice little redemption arc for Usopp. And of course, as expected, with the end of every arc, the Straw Hats get chased out of whatever port they're in, this time by the military, because Luffy's granddad is like, I'm going to let you go. And then the Navy's like, no, you got to go back and get him. And he's like, okay. So, Garp he is certainly a character. Oh yeah, and we got that little exchange between Aokiji and Nico Robin. About how she's finally found the place to belong in. So that was an interesting little exchange. That was fun. Yeah, I think that. So I think that's about all I have to say. I don't even know if I really said anything that interesting, to be honest, but yeah, that's the end of the Water 7 saga, which I think I feel comfortable at this point putting above East Blue. East Blue was tighter and had like just like it always East Blue always had one idea in particular that it was focusing on, and so it just zeroed in on that particular idea and just nailed it every single time. Whereas Water 7 had a much wider array of ideas, so some of them weren't as polished as they could have been, but there was so many ideas, and all of these ideas interrelated in so many interesting ways, like see covert government spy shit, corrupt government spy shit, the nuclear allegory, the Robin's worth as a person not being tied to her potential for evil, the the shipbuilding flashback stuff. It all ties together. All the ideas are super fucking interesting and tie together in such interesting ways that I think I would just that even though some of them weren't as well executed, weren't as cleanly, I'm not going to say as well executed, as cleanly executed as East Blue, I think the Water 7 overall is the more interesting and better arc, in my opinion. I don't know which one I would reread just off the bat, right off the bat, because I'm not the kind of person who will just like go back and like I want to watch this particular part of an anime. I'm not. That's not something I really do. If I'm gonna rewatch something, I rewatch all of it. But I think East Blue probably has better binge ability, but Water 7 is just so much more interesting on the whole. And I'm sure there's a ton of stuff. Even with this series that I'm doing now, I'm sure there's a ton of stuff in Water 7 that I missed and would find even more interesting on a reread. So, if I had to pick saga rankings, see, now I gotta figure out where I would put, what I would pick between Alabasta and Skypiea. Because Skypiea also had a ton of really interesting ideas, but there was also that flashback that I wasn't super fond of. I'm not sure who was the better enemy between Skypiea and Alabasta. Would I pick Crocodile or would I pick Eneru? I think overall, I think I would, because I think Alabasta was a little more creative as well. Maybe, I'm not sure. So, see, I've taken in so much information that I can't really say whether even something from 2 weeks ago, I can't say how well it holds up anymore. In comparison to other stuff. So, just off the top of my head, I'm going to say rankings are going to go Water 7, East Blue, Alabasta, Skypiea. That's as it stands for now. Definitely interested in seeing what your rankings are in the comments below. And I also promised, I think, to give a new Straw Hat rankings list. So, fuck, there's like 8 of them now. Fuck. Okay, so, Luffy's obviously number 1. That has not changed. He's just fucking amazing. Nami hasn't really done a whole lot since East Blue. Like, she hasn't been slouching off, but other characters have been rising so much. Because Nami was my number 2 at the end of East Blue. So, okay, so I'm going to say, I'm just going to start rattling them off. Luffy. I'm going to say Robin's my number 2 now. Robin was such a fucking interesting character. Really loved her. Zoro. Just Zoro. Oh, that's another thing that happened with this volume. I love that even with all the fuck around that's happening, when Zoro, Zoro is the one who goes, okay, but you have to be a captain now. Like, he's the one who's like, if Usopp doesn't apologize for the bullshit, we're not letting him on the ship. And he puts Luffy in his place as a captain. Like, that recurring bit with Zoro, because like, and it makes sense with his character too. Like, he gave up being a pirate hunter to be a pirate, so he's going to hold Luffy to the standard that would keep him on the ship. So, love that bit. So I'm gonna say, okay, so Luffy, Robin, Zoro, and I'm gonna say Nami because Nami is still fucking great. Usopp really. I still find him annoying in the I still find him really annoying in the comedic scenes, but he rose quite a bit during Water 7 and Enies Lobby. So top 5, he's definitely in the top 5 Straw Hats now. Frankie, fucking love Frankie. He's just a fun dude. Yeah, I'll say Sanji's up a little higher. Because I said at one point, I think it was last volume or the volume before, Sanji can be a dumb fucking simp for 50 chapters straight and I will hate it. And then he'll kick someone's face in and give out a one-liner and I'll be like, bravo, bravo. So Sanji's not at the bottom. Gotta put Chopper at the bottom just because I don't dislike him. I just don't find him as interesting as a lot of the other characters. Maybe that'll change in the future. We'll see. But, yeah, those are my ranking. Luffy, Robin, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, Frankie, Sanji, Chopper. And I believe in the next arc, we're going to get another member of the Straw Hats. I don't know what his name is. I just know he's a skeleton. Yes, so Thriller Bark is up next. No clue what it's about other than undead. That's the only thing I know about this arc. And that's just from plot synopses that I vaguely skimmed over. So we'll see what happens. In any case, that's the end of this video and the end of Enies Lobby. So be sure to like and subscribe if you liked this and want to see more. Drop a comment down below about anything you thought I didn't cover or whatever. What's your... aside from the other questions I've asked you throughout this video, what's your favorite moment from Enies Lobby? Or just Water 7 on the whole? I'm totally throwing myself on the spot here too. My favorite moment would definitely it's definitely something involved. I mean, the obvious moment is, okay, so hard mode. Not picking anything from Robin's flashback or the Straw Hats showing up and her "I want to live" speech. So hard mode, don't pick that one, because that's obviously peak Enies Lobby. But aside from that, I think the Marigo's funeral really stood out to me in a way. That and Gear 2, which was so fucking hype. And Gear 3. Now I'm just naming great moments. But anyway, that's the end for now. On to Thriller Bark tomorrow. My name is Ember, and I'll see you next time.